Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. As you can see, we are cutting the grass and I'm almost finished. I'm going to have a little bit more grass than usual because don't forget I had some grass left over when I cut the grass for the sheep when we got them a couple days ago. So I think I had about 6,000 more liters, so I guess we're going to be pretty close to about 250,000 liters this time. We usually got about 243. So we're going to be right around 250 when I get done, I think. We shall see. We are getting pretty close to that number. But we'll see here in a few minutes. I did get most of it compacted a little while ago, so that way I don't have to sit there for an hour with you guys compacting it, so it shouldn't take me too long to compact it. Before we compact it, though, I'm going to bring the mower and the loading wagon over to get repaired, because those are the two things we have not repaired yet, and we'll get those repaired on up. And then we're going to grab the plow, and yeah, I think we're going to make one pretty darn big field for the cotton. We're going to go cotton. I'm thinking that's going to benefit us pretty good, I hope. Like I said, the cotton module harvester will be $25,000 to lease next season, and every additional hour is like, what, 10 grand? So, yeah, we better make sure we got the money next year when it comes time for the cotton harvest. And also, we better make sure that we got the spinnery and the tailor shop ready to go as well, because I want to turn all that cotton into clothing and get our money back as soon as we can. And if it goes really well, we should make good money off it. But like I said, I have not seen the recipes, so I'm hoping that it doesn't take that much fabric to make clothing. But then again, I don't know what the yield's going to be for the cotton either. So I think we're just going to have to swing in the dark and go for it. But I'm guessing we'll make money on it. So overall, let's go for it. And hopefully when we make enough cash, we can buy ourselves some more equipment for the farm. Maybe a bigger tractor would be nice. Not trading in the T6. So all your New Holland T6 fans out there, don't worry, we're not trading it in. We're just going to get a second tractor, so that way I can get Frank working once in a while beside us or alongside us. But what that's going to mean by making a big field is, well, yeah, we got to do a lot of plowing. And of course, that also means, no, got to turn that off. What that means, we're going to have a lot of rocks to pick up as well, which means we should get a decent amount of lime. I think I'm going to try to lime the new big field that we'll be making first, because that's going to have the cotton in it, and putting lime in the field will be an additional 15% yield on the field, so definitely want to get that all taken care of. And then of course we will put lime in the grass field, and of course we also need lime in the field down by milling it over. Those are the three fields that will need some lime. And the reason why the pit looks a little funny, because I accidentally turned on the loading wagon when I was leaving. I'm like, I don't need to turn that on yet, so I picked up the chaff that was in here. But currently we are sitting at 243. Like I said, we're going to have a little bit of extra because I had about 7,000 liters of grass in the loading wagon from cutting the grass for the sheep. So we're going to have this a little bit extra, and probably a little bit even more extra, because when I went around the field, I kind of got some of the wild grass cut as well, so a little bit of a bonus this time around. And I have topped off the sheep as well. The sheep took about 200 liters of the grass that I had in here, so the sheep are not eating that much grass. They will as they get older, I think. I think when they hit maturity, they'll eat a little bit more grass, and when they get to be 2 years old, they will actually start producing more wool, but eat the same amount of grass. Either way, the sheep will slowly reproduce. We'll get 100 sheep, and that's where our clothing will come from in the future, instead of maybe doing cotton fields all the time. I shouldn't say all the time. We haven't done a cotton field yet, but you know, next season we will, and maybe a year after that we will as well. But I think we should wait to see how the first harvest goes to see if it's worth it, which, fingers crossed, it shall be. Alright, so we're just about done here. So it's kind of nice having the new shed on the farm. Getting the main shed. Should we call that the main shed? The big shed. Give us some room for our combine harvester. It fits in there rather nicely, but it's nice to be able to, when I want to go get machinery, it's going to be nice to not have to move a whole lot of stuff to get to the stuff. Because it seems like the thing that you always want is the one that's buried way in the back somewhere. Alright, and this field is all finished. Now, it's just a matter of am I going to get another cut in this season? Now, the way it goes, don't run into the deer. The way it goes is probably December will be the time I can cut it again if the weather cooperates. So I'll have to see when December comes. If it's good enough, we'll sell the silage and cut it again. Someone has mentioned, and I probably should look into it, why don't I put a second bunker down? And we talked about the second bunker, I believe, when I put down the first one. I said, well, in the future, we possibly could. I think the bunker was like 25 grand. So looking at the money situation, yeah, it's something I won't be doing today just because, well, I don't have the cash for it. I need the cash for a whole bunch of other things currently. Let's go ahead and dump the rest of this grass in here, and then we'll take these units over. We'll wash them. Although they didn't look like they got that dirty. Then we'll come back over here with the T6, compact the rest of this grass down, and then cover it up. I will have to put the bucket on here because when I was compacting the first time, I kind of backed up too far a couple times and some chaff overspilled out of the bunker. So we'll get that in place and get that covered also. Alright, we'll spray these units off. Like I said, I don't think the mower got really that dirty. Yeah, the loading wagon got a little bit dirty. Clean them all off. So I hope a lot of you are happy that we repaired all the equipment last episode. Probably made a lot of you happy for sure. Seems like every episode is get fix your tractor, fix your tractor. Can't fix it all the time. Sometimes when you're first starting out and the money situation is a little bit tight, you need to save it for other things. Some things will have to suffer. Alright, so I didn't ask for the chainsaw. Put that away. Alright, the mower, that's only $59 to repair. We can afford that. The loading wagon is only $300 to repair. We'll fix that. And the T6, $403. And all I've done with it so far is mow the grass field. That's all I did was mow the grass field, and I got to repair it for $403. I don't know about these repair rails. Okay, I mowed the grass and compacted the chaff in the side of the bunker also. Alright, so we're going to stick this right in this little bay here. I don't know, is the mower going to fit? And wow, I can't back up all of a sudden. And right about there. These do have lights in this shed here, and I think they automatically come on when nighttime comes, if I remember correctly. Unless they changed it. I'm just going by the way it was in 19. But it could have been changed. Is there? I don't think there's a light switch here. Probably should have looked, but I just realized, you know, things could have changed. That's the problem. You get used to a mod from a previous version of Farming Simulator, then you think it's just going to be the same, and let's lower that down. Alright, hydraulic hoses, PTO shaft, attach. So what I need to do is get our front loader attacher, drop off the pallet forks. And let's go ahead and detach the pallet forks. Let's go grab the bucket so I can get the rest of that chaff in. We'll start compacting and get it covered. And it should be ready to be sold in the month of October, but I'm pretty sure we're going to hold on to it until about December. That's when the price should be better. Yep. A little bit of overspill, so this is not quite in the bunker, so if I were to cover up, we wouldn't get this covered in. Seems like as I take some out, some spill back out, but we're going to gain on it. Try not to drive on the chaff because I'll compact it more down and more will spill out. I may have to call this good enough because I think I just keep compacting more of it out. We'll call that good. It may cover it up. Now let's turn on the helper HUD so we can kind of see how much we got to compact down. So I said about 250. Well, it says you made about 253 by the time I put this in, right? Yeah, 253. So 10,000 liters more. I had about 7,000 in the loading wagon. So I got about 3,000 more liters by going around. A little bit more on the headlands. And that could bring us in $2,000 more cash when I go to sell it. So now I got the process in my mind to try and figure out how much of a field I want for the cotton. And I think we're just going to go on down there and just do a circle and say, that looks good. Like I said, we got to make sure that I put it on a big enough field to make money back on it, because we got to lease. It's not the process of leasing the planter for the cotton and paying for the seed and fertilizer and everything. The cost comes in, as we know, the cotton module harvester. I'm guessing the size field we got, it's going to take me more than an hour to harvest, so I'm guessing it's going to be $35,000 to lease that. So we got to make sure we harvest enough cotton till we get our money back on everything. That's the whole process of doing business, right? Making some cash. But man, just by cutting the grass field and compacting 250,000 liters of chaff on down to cover it for silage, and I had to repair the T6 again for over $400 for about an hour and a half of runtime, basically, is what it was. All right, 95%. I'm not going to try to get too close to that edge. I don't want to push any more chaff out in the bunker. But there is a possibility, like someone said, I should put down in the second bunker. That way I don't have to empty this out to put more grass in if I don't want to sell it in the summertime. And it is a good point. Just that, you know, the money, like I said, the money isn't quite where we need it to be just yet. And selling that silage last episode was pretty good for us. We got to repair everything. I think we repaired everything. I don't think I missed anything. I may have. 99%. And tell me it's going to be at 100 when I back up. Okay, you want to make me go over it one more time. All right, one more time we'll go over it. Hopefully. Just one more time. Yeah, there's 100%. All right, let's cover it up. All right, any of it spill over that didn't get covered? Ah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Probably like 30 liters of chaff is not covered. All right, we'll go put our bucket away into our shed. Actually, you know what? We'll put the pallet forks facing one way. And we'll come on this side. Put the bucket there. And I'll go to the other side, put the pallet forks back on the front loader and detach the front loader, because I don't need that for anything. I don't think we're going to be selling, because we sold furniture already. Although I may have some piled up. I think we sold that in the month of August is when we sold it. And I'm clipping into the wall. Can I detach that? Yes, I can. I'm clipping into the shed wall. But my arms were long enough to detach that. Alright, Where did I put the plow? Is the plow still in the shed here? It is, and of course, it's buried behind the combine. So even moving everything out, the one thing I still need is behind everything. But the good news is I got everything else moved out. I should be able to. I don't know, this header is actually pretty big. Now actually, before I started recording today on the mod hub, see if I can get that plow out. There was a mod released a couple days ago of the 60-foot header on the mod hub. If you're wondering which one it is, I haven't even looked at it. I wonder if it's, did I activate that? Let's see if I activated it. If I go to headers, it's going to be way down here, right? Yep, it's the Lizard Dura 60-footer, 168,000. It should fit, if you look at the combinations, it should fit all the big combines, I do believe. At least it's showing it fits all these. So usually the biggest one's a 45-footer, which is 13.7 meters, or the 60-footer, which is 18.2 meters. So we'll see if that ever comes up for sale on the mod in the used department after I get a bigger combine. Can you imagine a 60-foot header on this combine right here? So basically it'd be twice as wide, even a little bit more than twice as wide than the current one that we have. That's really close enough for me to attach that? Alright, well, we'll hook it on up. See if I can sneak this out of here. Probably scratching the heck out on the paint on the header. Alright, we're free. Actually, I do have some tomatoes I could sell. Maybe I'll get those later in the day. Grass field now is now going to need another stage of fertilization. So that means leasing the fertilizer spreader. Fertilizer spreader is getting to be something I'm probably going to want to buy here pretty soon. I keep leasing one. Hopefully it'll come up for sale in the used section, but it's a no-go. Let me just drive over here. Actually, yeah, that must have been furniture I sold yesterday in the month of August, because we got a good storage of furniture starting to pile back up again. Maybe I should look. What is the furniture going for currently? Furniture. You know, it's still at $2,000. That would be nice to have. And tomatoes is going to be like $4.80. Ooh, okay. The prices come way down on tomatoes. All right. So now, yeah, I got to figure out exactly how I want to put this field. And I think out here is a nice area. There's not many trees. So I want to do it. Don't have to cut down too many trees. So I may... Okay, I think I see it. You see it? Can you see the field here? It's going to be decent size. At least I hope so. And boy, this is going to take me a while. I won't be able to do this entire episode. But I don't think I'm going to rush into planting anything this fall. Let me just go to the calendar to make sure. So next season, I can wait till next March and April, where you can do a lot of planting. So we can plant oats to get our cereal crop and bring that over to milling it over to make flour and bring that over to bread pit. And also the cotton. I could plant the cotton in February. It's kind of odd because usually in February the ground is, I don't know if it'll, I haven't tried doing anything in the wintertime if I can do field work. I think if it's frozen, it shouldn't let me do that, but that was in seasons in 19. I really haven't tried any groundwork in wintertime here. But we can seed it in March as well, so we're pretty darn good there. And harvest time will be in October. So when October comes next year, hopefully we'll have enough cash and we'll have the fabric shop, as a spinnery, and the tailor shop down. And hopefully this field that we're getting ready to create will be big enough and we make enough cotton to where it's worth our while. Where is that tree? The tree is over there. So we're going to have a lot of rock picking up to do. But that just means we should get a lot of lime. But this field's going to be pretty darn big, so it's going to require a lot of lime. I'm not sure we're going to have that many rocks, but one thing I do know, it's going to take me a long time to pick up the rocks in all of these fields. But since I'm not planting now until next March, I got time to do it. Definitely am going to have some time to do it. So this, like I said, is going to be a huge field. And hopefully, like I said, next year, the cotton module harvester. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to go around these trees. Right here. And the good thing about No Man's Land is, in the future, if I decide to move fields around, we can go ahead and do that. You know, we can repaint grass back on these fields, move around, and we don't have those set fields on the PDA showing us where fields were. I'm just going to make like a little island. We'll probably leave those trees up. I will plow around them. Yeah, so the cotton module harvester harvests at 6 miles an hour. So this size field here is going to take a while to harvest. But like I said, fingers crossed that we get a really, and I want to say really like 20 more times, good harvest on it. I want next year to be a good year for income here on the farm, so we can kind of not have to scrounge every episode to figure out where the money's coming from. Actually, you know what? Let's go a little further. Yeah, we'll call that good right there. I wonder what the repair bill on the T6 will be after I finish plowing this field. It's going to be rather expensive. So maybe I should sell that furniture just so I can have the cash. But also last episode we did pay off some of our loan. Another $10,000 off our loan. I'm not going to go around those trees because they're small. I would like to cut them down, but that means I would have to lease a tree stump grinder again. And that's another $2,000. So, yep. The big trees I don't mind. We'll just make a little island around those, like I was saying before. All right, so I'm going to get to work here, but now you got one headland in. I'll try to get a few more in. We'll nibble away at this field. And by the time we're done, it should look, well, bigger than it does now. It's kind of hard to really tell, but when I get done, we'll definitely see how big it is. Probably won't be today I'll get it done, but we'll get most of it done. And then I think I will probably go sell that furniture and probably maybe those tomatoes as well to bring a little bit more cash in.
Tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back. But hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice. But hey, don't you wanna play? Baby, come on. Tell me where you wanna go. But baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't. Getting late. Come on now, mama, don't you hesitate. Grab my hand, where we land. I got the champagne. We can knock it back, get on track, jump on, ride this thing. Double down, roll the dice, take off now, don't think twice. Hey, don't you wanna play?
Well, I think this is a good start for me anyways. It didn't take me too long to get this much done. But I have had my fill of plowing for now, so actually I'm going to just drop the plow off right up here. And time to go back to the farm, get the front end loader. And we'll go ahead and get that furniture loaded up. Before I do, though, and convert the trailer back over to a flatbed, I think I'll fill up with some grain and top off the chickens. I think the chickens might require some feed. Have not fed them. I think we fed them in August, but it wasn't a full load. But I want to make sure I go top them off because I'm going to be busy here for another day. I think October we'll be finishing plowing this up and see what comes up for sale. Actually, now think about what's it for sale in the store. Anything. That is a subsoiler, prepares the fields. What's the working width of that? That's only 6 meters. So, but the horsepower requirement is 500. I'm a little shy on that. Oh, why I'm in there? Because I was just thinking about it. Planters. Now, the drill that we have is a modded one. And some of you may say, well, why don't you just use the drill that you currently have to do cotton, which I could because we got, is it this one right here? No, that's the Coon. Sorry, that's the Coon. This one right here. This one will do cotton, but technically you should be using a planter for the base game. So we're going to be leasing a planter. And I was wondering, what size planter can I go with? 150 horsepower, 6 meter, 9 meter, 180 horse. Now this doesn't say that I'm going to have the field cultivated, but since I'm picking up rocks, I think the stone picker that we use kind of cultivates the field. So I'm hoping, so it might be this might be the planter we use right here. How much is it to lease that? I think I looked at this before. If we lease it, 5,000, and for every hour it's additional 2,000. Yeah, it's going to be expensive, but I'm thinking, like I said, I think we'll be fine on the cotton. What's that? That's a 12 meter, 300 horse. I'll say if we go from 180 to 300, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be 300. Yeah, so we're pretty much just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The modded one by Stevie is even 300 horsepower. That's that one right there. So it looks like the Cavernland, hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably not. We'll be leasing this one next spring. 180 horse. We should have no problem hauling that 9 meter wide. Fertilizer and seed. Okay, that's the other thing I want to look at. So yeah, we'll be leasing that. Should be good to go, I hope. But so now I'm just trying to do it on my head. So probably when we get done, it's going to be like $40,000 in leasing the planter, the cotton module harvester, and the trailer. I wanted to save $40,000 to get that field in the cotton. But I'm thinking we should not have an issue making our money back on the clothing that we get from that field. Anyways, let's go back, top off the chickens, and we'll come over here. We'll grab the furniture. We'll go sell that just to bring in a little bit more cash. Be nice to have a little bit of cash in the background when we need it. We are going to be leasing the rotten. I was thinking of rocks and cotton. The rock picker to get these fields picked up, and I'll start making some lime at some point. But we got a lot of rock picking to do. Okay, let's go grab our trailer first. Did I leave my combine that far out? I don't remember having the combine that far out. That's weird. Anyways. Alright, give me that trailer, please. Our mower is doing a dance over there. It stopped dancing. Now I'm looking at it. It knows I got my eye on it. Yeah, it's dancing just a little bit there. Anyways, let's go take care of these chickens over here. I think we used the rest of our wheat from a couple years ago. So now we just got our barley, which is 65,000 liters. So that's more than enough to take care of our chickens for another year. They shouldn't take... Well, they can't take all this. I think they can only take 10,000 liters. But we got topped off. And probably just take about 4,000 liters, maybe. There's 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, so they were... I'm glad I fed them. I didn't think they were that low. Yeah, probably if I slept through into October, they would have ran out of food. They won't die on you, but they definitely won't be producing either. Alright, dump this barley back into the silo. Convert the trailer back on over. Load up that furniture. And we'll make about, let's see, there's 5 pallets showing. So we should get about maybe 12,000, but hopefully there's another pallet waiting to be taken out. Maybe it's in storage. More furniture here than I thought there was, which is always a good thing. I did have a quick peek when I was converting the trailer back over to a baling trailer, and I probably should have locked these pallets in. I think we're okay. But to repair the T6 already is up to $500 again. Expensive. And all I did was go over and plow. I mean, we're doing a lot of plowing, but $500 worth of repair already? Alright. I like to see the repair costs come down just a little bit. But maybe if I was using like a bigger tractor, maybe it wouldn't wear it out as much. Maybe it's just, you know, too much for this T6 to be doing all this work. No, don't go flying on me. No, I don't like it. You're gonna flip everything off the trailer. So before I do anything more here, all right. Or you're just gonna fall on down. Oh, I just strapped my pallet forks to the trailer, I think. Yep. All right, do I have super strength turned on? Of course I do. Let's pick that one up. Now, you know what? I did about, I don't know what it was, like, it's like 7? Let's pick this one up here. No, I said pick it up. Alright, where am I going to sell these? I kind of forgot already. It's tomatoes, furniture, to the supermarket. That's where everyone goes to buy furniture, to the supermarket. And I keep forgetting, I gotta come up with a name for the supermarket. I've completely forgot about the supermarket. We named everything else that we could. Let's lower that on down. Let's make sure we got everything strapped in back there. Alright, just gotta be careful going around corners at high speed with furniture in the back of this thing, because the trailer, I have tipped it over maybe like 3 times now. I keep thinking, oh, I don't got a lot back there, and I turn the corner and it tips. So I'm kind of hoping by looking at this field next year, in October, so about a year from now, when it comes time to harvesting that field of cotton, I'm hoping that we can get it done in 2 hours. So that's the original leasing fee of $25,000 and $10,000 for the extra hour. We already know we got another $5,000 for leasing the planter. Hopefully I can get that field done in an hour. And then of course the leasing fee on the baling trailer for the cotton modules themselves. That's not too expensive. But even if it's like $50,000 in leasing fees for all this stuff to get that field planted and harvested, I think we're going to be okay, money-wise. It just depends on, I'm not going to know because you know, judging on the size of the field, I don't know what the yield's going to be for cotton on that field. We will have 2 stages of fertilization down. I'm going to try to lime it with all the rocks that we pick up here in October/November, however long it takes me. So we'll definitely get that field limed first. The grass field, I'm not too worried about getting lime on that one, but I want to get lime, if I have extra lime, down to that field over there. Be can see the trees I've planted down here by the supermarket. Those are turning color because, well, it's fall. So $18,000 worth of furniture we're going to get here. Luckily, I don't have to unload it off the trailer to sell it. Money, money, money. Luckily, the furniture price isn't dropping that much. June/July is the best time to sell it. But here we are in September, and it's still going for $2,000 per. So I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I'm going to probably work on that field just a little bit more in between episodes. Next episode, we'll hopefully finish it up. And then it's time to get the stone picker / rock picker. Start going around, picking up some rocks, bring it to our lime production. Crushing that stone up, getting some lime. Then we'll have to lease the Breedle spreader and start taking care of that field right there. That's our priority for next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's going to bring in the cash once we get everything converted over to clothing. Because as we saw, clothing $7,000 per 1,000 liters. But then again, I don't remember what the recipes were. We did have those factories on Elm Creek, but I kind of forgot what the recipes were. But we shall see probably next year when we put those buildings down. Maybe even this year, because the money is going back up. We're almost back up to $50,000, which is really, really nice. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.